What's up, VitalFlex family? If you're tired of motivational quotes that sound like fortune cookies, you're in the right place. I'm your host, joined by the one and only Zara, who claims her coffee has more faith than my gym routine.
Hey! And listen, this isn't just any podcast. This is where we figure out why your treadmill gets more action as a coat rack. We're talking purpose, power, and maybe, just maybe, why you keep skipping leg day.
Leg day never skips me, Zara, but today's all about 3 keys to life: faith, fitness, and focus. Master these, and you'll be unstoppable, or at least unstoppable at the dessert table.
If you want to unlock the life you want, stick around. We're about to drop more wisdom than your grandma at Thanksgiving dinner.
Let's kick off with faith. And I'm not talking about hoping your protein shake finally tastes like chocolate milk. Faith is believing in a bigger purpose, even when you're stuck in traffic or stuck on level 1 at the gym.
Absolutely. Faith is like Wi-Fi. You don't see it. But man, when it's gone, everything falls apart. Hebrews 11:1 says faith is the substance of things hoped for. So basically, faith is your spiritual pre-workout.
So if you're low on faith, you're basically showing up to life's marathon in flip-flops. That's not the look.
Exactly. And unlike most gym memberships, faith is free, no annual contract, just daily renewal. You need it to keep moving when the results are invisible, like your abs after Thanksgiving.
Let's spice it up: faith versus fear. It's like the ultimate cage match, except the only thing you're wrestling is your own doubts. How do we actually pick faith when fear is basically shouting in our face?
Great question. Fear is like that personal trainer who only yells what you can't do. Faith, though, that's the coach who says, "You got this," even when you're wheezing after 2 squats.
So, if fear says, "What if you fail?" faith replies, "But what if you fly?" I mean, worst case, you invent a new yoga pose called public embarrassment.
Exactly. Studies show people regret inaction more than failure. So, flex your faith muscle. Fear's got nothing on you if you're willing to step in the ring.
All right, moving on to fitness. And let's be real, it's not about having six-pack abs or looking like you belong in a Marvel movie. It's about discipline, sweat, and occasionally crying on the yoga mat.
Preach. Fitness is simply showing up, even if your version of cardio is running late. I always say, how you do one thing is how you do everything. If you bail on burpees, you might bail on business meetings too.
Truth. 1 Corinthians 9:27 says, "I discipline my body," which is both Bible and bodybuilder wisdom. Your future self is cheering you on, probably while eating kale chips.
And remember, even 10 push-ups and a brisk walk count. Consistency is king unless you're playing chess, then it's literally the king. But you get my point.
Let's talk about small wins. Studies show people who celebrate tiny victories, like finishing a workout or resisting that third donut, are 43% more likely to stick to new habits. Why do small wins matter so much, Zara?
Because your brain loves dopamine hits. Think of small wins like gym snacks for your motivation. Stack enough of them, and suddenly you're the person who actually uses their yoga mat for yoga, not dust collection.
So, if you're dreading hour-long workouts, start with just 5 minutes. At worst, you'll have more time for post-workout selfies. At best, you build momentum that even Monday can't stop.
Exactly. String together enough tiny wins, and you're basically the Rocky Balboa of routines. Cue the montage music.
Now, let's dive into focus. Because in 2025, distractions are sneakier than a toddler with a permanent marker. You can have all the talent in the world, but if your attention span is shorter than your lunch break, you're toast.
Amen. Focus means saying no to drama, doom scrolling, and the temptation to reorganize your sock drawer during work calls. Philippians 3:14 says, "I press on toward the goal, not, I press on toward the next notification."
Multitasking is basically a myth. Studies say productivity drops by 40% when you try to do 2 things at once, like texting and burping. Trust me, I tried. It didn't end well.
Exactly. Focus is about protecting your time like it's the last slice of pizza. Guard it, cherish it, and maybe, just maybe, you'll finish that book you started in 2017.
Let's get real. Our phones are basically handheld distraction machines. The average person checks their phone 96 times a day. That's more reps than I do at the gym. How do we fight back, Zara?
First, let's acknowledge. The only thing you should check that often is your mirror for spinach in your teeth. Set boundaries, use app timers, turn off notifications, or go old school and put your phone in another room. Radical, I know.
I tried going phone-free for an hour and nearly sent a carrier pigeon to check my texts. But seriously, intentional focus boosts creativity and actually lowers stress. Who knew?
Exactly. Distraction is a thief. Don't let it steal your dreams or your snacks.
So let's tie it all together. Faith, fitness, and focus aren't separate lanes. They're like the Avengers of personal growth. How do these keys work together in real life, Zara?
Great question. Faith gives you purpose, fitness gives you discipline, and focus keeps you on track. It's like making a smoothie, leave one ingredient out, and suddenly you're just drinking kale water.
So if you want lasting change, don't just flex your biceps, flex your belief and your attention span too. Triple threat, baby.
Exactly. Combine all three, and you won't just survive Mondays, you'll dominate them. And maybe inspire your neighbor to stop borrowing your blender.
Let's have some fun. Hypothetically, what happens if you lose one of these keys? Like, say, all faith, but killer fitness and focus? Am I just a really fit robot?
Pretty much. Without faith, you're disciplined but aim lesser treadmill on max speed, going nowhere. Lose fitness but keep faith and focus? Now you're a philosopher who can't carry groceries.
And if you ditch focus, but keep faith and fitness, you're basically chasing squirrel's buff, inspired squirrels, but distracted nonetheless.
Exactly. You need all three to unlock that next level life. Otherwise, you're just spinning your wheels, or worse, someone else's.
Let's get practical. Give us your top tips for building a daily routine that hits all three keys: faith, fitness, and focus. And yes, coffee counts as a supplement.
Start your day with gratitude faith boost. Move your body even if it's just a kitchen dance party, fitness covered. Then, set a 20-minute timer to tackle your most important task, focus engaged. Repeat daily. Results may include unsolicited compliments.
And don't forget, progress beats perfection. If you mess up, you're still lapping everyone on the couch. Celebrate the effort, not just the outcome.
Absolutely. And if you ever need motivation, just imagine us cheering you on from your Bluetooth speaker.
All right, time to land this motivational plane. Remember, faith, fitness, and focus are your boarding passes. Lose one, and TSA will definitely pull you aside for a life audit.
So true. Here's your cheat sheet. Faith, believe before you see it. Fitness, move, even if your body sounds like a bowl of Rice Krispies. Focus, lock in, and don't let anyone steal your thunder.
If you nail these three, you'll walk into rooms like you own the placer, at least like you didn't just trip on the welcome mat.
Share this episode if you laughed, learned, or just want to flex your newfound wisdom. We're chasing greatness, not just gains.
Subscribe for more weekly heat motivation, strategies, workouts, faith, mindset, and the occasional bad dad joke.
Stay strong, stay focused, and stay faithful. See you next time, Vital Flex fam.
Wake up, grind time, feet hit the floor. No excuses.